You can ID him.
Okay, here's back with Kathleen Bourdillon Duplanche in Costa Rica in December of 2011.
Nope, January 1st.
Oh yeah, January 1st, 2011. 12. January 1st, 2012.
Next.
All right, Mama, we were talking about Kaplan. What do you remember any hurricanes hitting Kaplan?
Yes. I remember Hurricane Hilda that went to, it hit Cameron, and it was really bad. A lot of people died there. And since Daddy was the principal of our school, he was also in charge of the, when people had to move out of Cameron and move to Kaplan, come to Kaplan to stay while they were trying to recover from the hurricane. And of course, a lot of it was really sad because they had lost family members. They all came and stayed at Kaplan High School, and the regular cooks for the elementary school. It was a very big elementary school, so the regular cooks for them for the elementary school came there to cook the food for the people from Cameron, and they had all the equipment there to serve the plates, and so for days, but for a long time, probably a month or two, they cooked food for the people from Cameron. But I remember the people crying. There were so many people who lost family members.
We all still going to school then?
I think it happened around September.
So you had classes, but there were still people in the gym or something?
We didn't have classes.
Oh, you canceled classes.
Yeah.
I remember that was 1957. That was a bad one. That was
Hilda?
I'm not sure it was Hilda. I might be right. I can't remember.
I think it
But the Cameron hurricane.
Yeah.
Kathleen, you also y'all used to go to Lake Charles. What was it like to go to Lake Charles?
Okay, we went to Lake Charles. First of all, because they had good music there. They'd bring in good bands. And we went there to ski too.
Was that Holly Beach?
Near there was Holly Beach. But if we went to Lake Charles, it wasn't to go to Holly Beach. I'll tell you a Holly Beach story later.
What kind of music was it in Lake Charles?
Whatever was popular.
Country or
No,
Cajun?
Cajun. And I remember Irma Thomas went there. Is that true, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had big bands that went there too. So we went to hear the big bands too. And there was a couple of nightclubs there that we'd go to. That's when I was older.
In high school?
Yeah.
Now it was an interesting connection. I remember Kathleen saying of Irma Thomas was very popular there, and then Fats Domino too. Is that right?
Yeah. I saw
What's
him.
the Fats Domino story in Kaplan? What happened with Fats?
That may be rumor. I don't know.
It's all right. You can tell it's folklore.
The story was that he came to Kaplan to see his lover, and that
You remember who that is?
I didn't know what she looks like, but I don't remember her name.
Wasn't that Hilda?
Maybe. Yeah, but it's so full of rumors.
Okay.
Because
Was Hilda was the town whore? Okay.
And when I was in high school, 3 of us went to the whorehouse, and ran in and knocked our hand on the. That was the. They imagined that if we ran and knocked our hand on the door and ran out, we'd been challenged to do that, which we did. All of us did.
Where was the whorehouse? Just in a neighborhood?
Between Abbeville and Kaplan.
So it was like out in the country?
It was on the road between Kaplan and Abbeville.
Was Hilda a hairdresser?
No. She, but that's where the ladies met her, was they would say things like, I go to the same beauty parlor as Hilda.
So Hilda was kind of famous then.
Yeah, she was real famous.
Were there other whores there? Or was it just her house and she was the only whore?
No, there were others.
Oh, really? She was
Abbeville was supposed to be the hotbed of whores.
Y'all just said that because you were from Kaplan. You thought all those girls were whores.
We thought everybody from Abbeville probably whored around.
There was a lot of offshore guys coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. All right.
But then, okay, but there was a famous guy, a guy you told me about in Kaplan who bought Hilda a new car every year.
Oh, yeah.
And did she ride in a parade with that or something?
Yes, she did.
In the Chickalapie parade?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us that story.
He owned the car company or shop or whatever, dealership. And she would get a new convertible every year. And so it did take us long to figure out who she was getting it from. Since he owned the shop that gave it to her. And she would ride in the Chickalapie parade.
What's Chickalapie parade?
All the ladies in Kaplan belonged to the Chickalapie Club. And I don't know what it stands for. It stands for something. But that was the Mardi Gras crew, kind of.
That was
in Kaplan. But
can I remember a few things?
Yeah.
Because you told me this. And actually, a lot of this stuff is in the Louisiana Folklore Miscellany. There was lots of articles of what Chickalapie means. And they think it might have been a Choctaw name, and it's different, maybe it's
like fake
French.
Indian?
No, that it could have been real. Why Choctaw and Kaplan, I don't know. But anyway, so the name is ambiguous where it all came from, but it was the local carnival organization, and but it was a ladies' organization, and they ran the parade every year, and I saw it for a couple of times. It was a total hodgepodge parade. Anything that anybody wanted to do, it was okay. But they did have some floats. I don't know where they got them, but they had floats, and they had like
New Orleans style floats.
Yeah, but they were smaller scale. No, not that big.
yeah.
Kind of homemade, decorated trucks. Hilda the whore in her convertible. There's whatever, anything.
People on tractors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pulled by tractors sometimes, like hay carts, sugarcane wagons, anything that would roll. And no themes. Well, no, they did have a
They
theme.
have a theme.
They did have a theme, and it was sort of like Rex. That was the mainline crew, and then other people just sort of joined in. It was fun.
And they wore costumes.
But the ladies, it was Sarah and Virginia were big in that. I know. Who were all the other ladies from in your circle? Were they the teachers? Were the teachers big in it? Or?
Some of them.
Chickalapie.
I thought it meant chicken in the pie.
Yeah, they thought that was one of the things that they thought it might be, was like chicken pie, but it didn't make a lot of sense that they would name a crew after chicken pot pies.
But if you had to catch the chickens to go in the pie, that was a different thing.
Yeah, this was real different than the Courrier de Mardi Gras that was in the more rural areas.
This was the city Mardi Gras.
This was the big town Mardi Gras.
Big town. This was the sophistication of.
But yet with that same chicken theme, though, that the country Mardi Gras has had, the courir, um, s- uh, uh, catching a chicken and making gumbo is a big part of it.
What else do you remember about Mardi Gras, Mama?
We had fun.
Oh, what else? Remember, you were in the marching band.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to any other Mardi Gras parades?
Oh yeah.
Where?
In Burbridge, in Abbeville, everywhere.
Did y'all ever go to New Orleans?
One year, but so many band members got drunk that my daddy said no more, New Orleans.
They got drunk before or after the parade?
During the parade. They marched in New Orleans, and he said, "That's it. Don't even ask me to come back." That was before
Was that when you were in high school or before you?
I got to high school. They went to New Orleans.
So they ruined it for you.
Yeah, I didn't get to go.
What else do you remember about marching and in the band? You got any band stories?
Oh yeah, every week. And all the football games, we had to do. We had to practice and practice the designs for the football field for the parade. I mean for
The show.
the show. And we had unbelievable shows. It was good.
Who was your band director?
Mr. John Landry. He was such a good musician.
What was your specialty in twirling, Kathleen?
What was my specialty? What I do for the last show?
Yeah.
No, tell us what it was like to be a twirler.
Oh, I won lots of medals for my twirling because I used to go to Ruston every year for band camp. So I learned all the latest tricks. And
Would other kids from Kaplan go to Ruston? Or you just went?
no, there was usually a few of us that went. And one time I remember there was a few of us that had gone. Myrna
Did Joan go to?
and Joan and somebody else, I forgot who. But we all got food poisoning at the Holiday Inn the day before camp started.
You were eating with the ants?
The ants were also there. But they didn't get sick. They ate something else.
Oh.
So it ended up that Murda and me and maybe Joan all stayed at the aunt's house because we went from the emergency room, so we were really sick. We stayed in the at the Louisiana Tech. Um,
Dormitories?
that's where we usually stayed, but we were so sick we couldn't do anything. So they brought us to the infirmary. We were all in the infirmary. We were so sick. And so we stayed there for 3 days. Then we went to the aunt's house. And we stayed there about 4 days. And by then we were well enough to travel home. So we went back home after 4 days.
Well, that was a bad year. Back to the twirling, though. You were the featured twirler, is that right?
Yeah.
What was your specialty act?
All of them.
No, you had a fire baton, right?
Oh, I had a fire baton.
Okay, tell us some fire baton stories.
Okay, when it was my senior year, I got Mr. Landry to turn off the lights for the whole um, field. And I twirled 2 fire batons and I lit a fire rope. And I jumped the fire rope and twirled 2 fire batons.
People were twirling the rope.
Yes, they were twirling it.
And who was standing by on the sidelines?
On the sidelines was Mr. Dutch with a bucket of water to pour on me in case I caught a fire. Some of my hair did burn, but it went okay.
I don't think they do that anymore, huh? The fire baton.
Sure not. What would the boys do when you marched by?
Oh, they threw rocks. There was such a big space between my skinny leg and my boots. They would aim to try to get the rocks to go in my boots.
Because you had skinny legs.
Such marching was so painful for me because they would make it a lot of times, and if they threw a little rock, it would stay there. Yeah.
What happened when you joined the band? What did you play?
I played the flute, but we had to be initiated to join the band. So the first day, they locked me in a tuba case, and they left me there the whole band period, which means an hour, in this tuba case. And when I got out, I didn't tattletale, because I knew who had done that. And but I never told Mr. Landry who it was or that anything had happened to me. So that kind of won me a lot of points with the boys.
So you passed the hazing?
I passed the
Because you were the principal's daughter, too.
I know. So, but for the hazing, they put baby Ruths in the toilet. We had to fish them out and eat them.
Blindfolded.
No, we had to see the baby Ruths in the toilet. It didn't look good. And we took them out of the toilet water and ate them.
Who was in the band? Who else of your friends was in the band?
Almost everybody was in the band. They weren't all good, but they were all in the band.
So by the time you had everybody on the football team and everybody in the band, you had pretty much everybody participating from Kaplan High School.
That's right.
How many people were in your class?
92.
No, that's pretty big.
92 graduated too. We had a couple of kids that transferred from Abbeville who got thrown out of school. They were bad. Abbeville kind of had a reputation for having some naughty people. So I think 92 graduated, but that's not all who came and went.
Would the band play at basketball games too?
No, just the football games.
I think in your class, by the time you were a senior, you got to be you were friends with all those country Cajun guys. Do you remember some of them? Any stories about them? What's about remember the one I joke about all the time?
Which one?
Dexter.
Yeah, he was country, but he wasn't. He lived out on the farm, but he wasn't. I never. He and I weren't real good friends.
What about Boyd?
Boyd was cute, and he became my boyfriend later on.
What? Any Boyd stories of going to Boyd's farm?
No.
What about the horses riding there?
I rode most of Joan's horses.
Okay, well, there's a horse story. You were riding the horse and it was heading back to the barn.
Oh, Daddy was there that day.
What happened there?
And he stopped the horse just before the horse went into the barn, and it would have chopped my head off.
because the barn was low. He was there riding horses too.
No, he was there watching us because he brought us there.
Oh,
How old were you then? Do you remember?
Probably 12 or 13.
because Boyd was friends with Guy, huh?
Yeah, they were best friends, and they used to go fish together, everything together.